Welcome to Monday, October 16th, 2023. Your day with a podcast brought to you by Cowboy State Daily, Wyoming's only daily newspaper. Subscribe to their daily digital newsletter by going to cowboystatedaily.com and press the subscribe button. We have what over the next 5 to 7 days looks like a really nice stretch of weather coming, much like what we had over the weekend, as this antelope is observing the nice weather during the eclipse and maybe looking at, wow, these shadows look different, and they certainly did during the eclipse. But now as we go into this week, pleasant fall weather returns. We have one cold front passing through late tomorrow night into Wednesday. It's not going to produce much weather. There'll be some weather in the Pacific Northwest, maybe northern Montana and the Dakotas with a little bit of shower activity, but very little else going on elsewhere other than a little bit of an up and down in temperatures. Otherwise, good weather for hunting, good weather for remaining harvest operations, not only through the week, but likely nice weather for the weekend. But we will see things change next week. Next week is going to be a much more active pattern, a colder, probably wetter pattern, probably a pattern of snow again. So take advantage of this week ahead before it starts to look like this again. Late last week, some photos rolling in, especially from the Bighorns and the Wind River Mountain areas where the snow with the storm was the heaviest. There's another shot up Red Grade Road there above Sheridan, some very heavy snow up into the Bighorn Mountains. And then through the Wind River Canyon, after the sun came back out over the weekend, just beautiful fall weather conditions. And here's another shot during the eclipse from Carl of those shadows, those interesting shadows that we got during the eclipse. Hopefully you got to observe it over the weekend. The satellite imagery this morning shows a large area of high pressure across the west. So this big area high going to give us some really nice weather. Now you're probably noticing this, as well as you should. This is a mature low pressure system coming into British Columbia in the Pacific Northwest, but it does not have that really strong jet stream last week's had. Notice there's a bit of a separation between this and the main bigger trough up here. So what this guy's going to do is go and hit the ridge, go up, over, and down. What this will do is it will send a cold front through. This will be the cold front coming in Tuesday night into Wednesday. Colder air will come in behind it. There will be a little bit of shower activity along the track of the low, but for the most part, it's a glancing blow. Temperatures will go down midweek behind the front, then we'll go right back up again because, well, weekend high pressure comes on in, and for the most part, fair weather for the end of the week through Sunday is likely. But going a little bit further out, we'll see some things change, and we'll show you that here in a minute. This is the precipitation forecast through Saturday morning. So you can see the veil of high pressure here going to really just control things. The shower activity from the Pacific Northwest up here through the Dakotas and into the upper Midwest is part of that low, tracking across the Pacific Northwest, southern Canada, then dive bombing into the Great Lakes. So this high pressure will just be a big shield, really giving us very quiet weather conditions. This changes, though, next week. By Sunday night into Monday, we'll have some type of system come through, producing some mountain snow probably and some showers on the plains and a cooler start the next week. This guy up here has got an opportunity to be a bigger weather maker because this high is going to want to build upwards up to the Gulf of Alaska. And you'll see that here on the 10-day chart. High pressure builds here, and when high pressure builds in the eastern Pacific, the door opens to Canada and colder air comes in, and we have a much more unsettled, colder, wet pattern return to the western United States next week and maybe all the way up into the Halloween period. So the end of October going to be a different ball game than what we're going to experience this week. So enjoy it. Thanks for listening and watching. We'll see you tomorrow.